Well, first and foremost, grateful for UTEP to be able to play that game. I mean, the NCAA doesn't always get everything right as it pertains to rule changes, and I think they got this one right. To be able to play a Division I opponent is phenomenal for us. To get 10,000 for a good cause obviously is great as well. Both teams got better, no doubt about it. Way better than, there's no disrespect to playing a D3, but those were two Division I teams battling it out. Rebounding the ball, great. They're not afraid to be aggressive and foul, obviously, and turn us over. So turnovers were a lot to do with our carelessness as well as just their unrelenting commitment to being aggressive and trying to turn us over as best they can. So awesome first game for us.
Kind of took one of my two questions was about the turnovers. So we're down to one. No, your starters, if you look at the plus minus, I know that may not always mean much, but you did start 11-0, 13-2 with your starters in. And then when they come out, UTEP makes their run. I noticed a point in the second half where they cut it to 4. You put 3 of your starters back in. You guys go on a quick 6-0 run, something like that. Any concern in your mind that it needed the starters to calm things down?
Yeah,
instead
absolutely.
of all 12 of your guys?
Yeah, of course. I told the team afterwards, 13-2. I'm going to sub way more liberally this game than I would in a real game. I think that's obvious, but I want to give those bench guys a chance. And all of a sudden it was 13-2, and that lead went away quickly. And so, but a lot of it was guys who hadn't played in this environment before. So I don't think it's necessarily that they can't help us off the bench, but it's got to be a learning experience for them, because I do want to be able to sub. I do want to be able to go to the bench. So a lot of those guys that were coming off the bench are freshmen or guys who haven't played in this building before, haven't played in front of 10,000 people before. So, I think they're better than that for sure, but we can't have the drop-off when we sub. Now, I'm not going to sub 4 or 5 guys in at a time either.
Coach, would love your thoughts on the newcomers. Any surprises for you at all? Any pleasant surprises?
No, I thought they were all good in their own little way. Atiki, you see he plays so hard, extra possessions, does a lot of good things there. Jovan is skilled. Phillip, weird type of game for him with the way they pressure and all that. Cade, that's a good experience for him. Sacco was really good off the bench, I thought, for newcomers. We got a lot of new guys. We lost a lot of key pieces, so this was certainly a really good learning experience for those new ones.
Do you think Phillip was a little tentative because 20 minutes, only 2 shots?
Yeah, I told him in the first half, you can't play and not shoot. I don't think he had a shot attempt in the first half. We got to have 5 threats on the court at all times. So, yeah. But, again, it's a guy who hadn't played a lot for 2 years, and all of a sudden you're throwing him in front of 10,000. Maybe he's a little nervous. Who knows? So, it's a good exhibition game for him to learn from.
Just talk to True. He seems excited about stepping up his role. Just your thoughts on him tonight.
Yeah, he's had a really good spring, summer, and fall. Works his butt off. Comes early, shoots, stays after, shoots, works on his game. In this world of transfer, there is value to staying. He experienced some of that success last year, and I think he's really built off it. So that was a very, very good performance by him.
A little bit more on True. He talked about not liking his role when he first got here. Obviously, he probably wants to come in and start right away. How much of that growth process is just sitting him down and saying, look, you just got to wait your turn, just like Donnie did when he first
I tell them all, I don't want to pay taxes. I don't want to, I don't want to go to head coaches meetings all the time. There's a long list of things I don't want to do. You just got to wait your turn, and you got to continue to work. And not that he was great last year. And you remember at the end of the San Diego State game, he made some key passes and did some things. So proud of him for, it's hard. Because everybody's getting recruited off everybody's team. So you got to appreciate the guys that do come back. But I tell them all, you can be unhappy about your role. I understand it, but that's life. Nobody said it's going to be fair and perfect for everybody. So you just got to work your way through it.
I have another True follow-up. What's your reaction to hearing him sort of talk about, Jalen was the guy, and I asked him, I set him up for it, but Jalen was the guy that would get the crowd going sometimes, and he said, after my alley-oop tonight, he's trying to take that on himself.
I think we've talked about that. You need to be, to a certain extent, similar to House in a lot of ways. You're an energy guy. You're a steal guy. He can really ratchet the game up with his just intensity, similar to House. Not that they're totally similar players, but he has that ability to do that. Gets the dunk, gets the crowd going. Have at it. The beauty of True is you got to rein him in at times, which is great. But 4 steals, he's an energy guy for sure.
All right, and then I did have a question about 2 of the guys you didn't play. I know you played a lot of players, but 2 guys you didn't play. First off, Shane, what can you tell us about his injury when you guys kind of found out about it?
Shoulder surgery. Did it a couple days ago, 2 or 3 days ago. So he'll be out for the season. It just was pain that he couldn't tolerate anymore. He tried to fight through it. And who's the other one?
And then the other one, Daniel Thomas, is a scholarship guy. I know you leave redshirt decisions up to the players basically, but I am curious. Exhibition seems like a time he would play.
I've got four men. You know what I mean? That position, there's a log jam, right? So, like if I play him, maybe Sacco doesn't get the 12 good minutes that he had. So I really like Daniel a lot. I think he's going to be a really good player. But he's a true freshman. He works his butt off, and I think he understands it.
So in the pregame presser, you talked about wanting to see how this team would handle like shoot around the game day atmosphere situations. How would you grade or how'd they do?
Yeah, I think it was really good. Yeah, Donovan battling an injury. He had missed some time with a little knee deal, nothing serious, but he hadn't practiced for I think 3 days. Practiced yesterday, so he was a little fatigued. He was fighting through it. It's great to have kind of that game pressure that you can't simulate. It's great to play in front of 10,000 fans. You can't simulate that as well. So, no, I thought so many positives to take from it.
Nelly, he's a guy that I know you expect big things out of him this season. A lot of people, I think he could break out a little bit. 16 rebounds is great. 5 block shots. I say only 7 points. 7 points isn't horrible, but if he doesn't average a double-double this year, is it because he can't hit free throws?
He's a better free throw shooter than 1 for 5. Is he Rick Barry? Probably not, but I think he's a pretty decent free throw shooter for a big guy. So, yeah, he realistically probably left 2 points on the board, but I thought he played his butt off for sure in a really, really uncomfortable game. So, yeah, all those guys, they were going to send us to the foul line. They didn't care.
We'll see you, man. Thanks again.
See ya. See you, Joe. Good to see you. Good luck. Scared the crap out of me. Jesus.
Even after the game, they're in your face, man. That's what they do. That's
I
their
almost
style.
turned it over. Oh, my God. Where is Frank? Jeez. They didn't care to send us to the free throw line, but we got to make some more of those for sure.
Is 16 rebounds something, though, that you think Nelly can do? That's a lot.
16 is like Dennis Rodman, so that's probably asking a lot. But I think he can average a double-double. Why not? I think so.